Paul, thanks so much for joining me. I'd love to know about the start of the company. So can you tell me a bit more about the beginning of Not Just Travel and the travel franchise?
Okay, well, there's a long story and a short one, so I'll give you the short one because it is a bit of a story. But Steve and myself, we were both kind of entrepreneurs in our own right, in very different industries, very different journeys. We'd had individual success, and then we got together through a mutual friend round about just before the kind of the credit crunch. And we were in an overseas property venture, and we'd lost everything, so literally kind of wiped out. So that's how we started. Steve had previously bought a franchise from one of our competitors, and he kind of said, I'd love to start a franchise because I didn't have a great experience. I reckon I can do better, but I'm not a salesperson. I wouldn't be able to build it and sell it, but I know what to do kind of in the background and manage it. So hence my speciality was the sales and the building and what have you. And with being wiped out, it was a bit like we might as well give it a go. It wasn't like we got like rich parents who gave us £1 million each, start this business. We had nothing, and some people say it's a risk, but it's not a risk when you've got nothing. You've got nothing to risk. So in many ways, it was easy that in that sense. So we didn't know what we didn't know. That's the key bit. Neither of us had any franchising experience. Steve had limited travel experience. I had none. And then we've started this business amongst all like the big boys and the big names and everything. And people must have thought we were mad, but yeah, we gave it a go, and then kind of touch wood, it just grew and got more bigger and more successful, and look what it's like now. So, but yet the origins were not a big vision and lots of investment and lots of money. They were two entrepreneurs, lost everything, skint, and it was like, we need to find something to get back, and we did, thankfully.
That's amazing. And what do you think has been the secret behind the success, especially as it started from really humble beginnings without you just kind of had to, I guess, work it out as you went along. Why do you think it's really taken off in the way that it has?
Well, our backgrounds helped because we basically, people become a home-based travel agent, and we give them everything they need to be successful. So we give them coaching and training. Well, that's what we'd done previously, but with different products. So we knew how to do the coaching and the training and everything. And then travel itself is very simple. I say to everyone looking to join, you've been doing this job all your life for free. It's not like you've got to learn to be a heart surgeon or anything like that. You've been booking holidays all your life for free. Now you can get paid. So I think the simplicity of the business model and our past experience, and then Steve is the one who put all of the systems and the infrastructure in the background. So I was building, he was then building the framework and everything, and it just worked.
So Paul, you started obviously from such humble beginnings, and the business success has been astronomical. I bet you could never have even imagined how well you were going to do. So what is the secret then? Because you started not really knowing what you were doing, but you've made such a success of it.
I'd love to kind of give you this big fancy answer, it was all us or what have you, but we were lucky along the way, I reckon. One of the big decisions we made early was we were going to attract people who were brand new to travel. So in a way, they didn't have any expectations. They knew even less than us, if that makes sense. Then our backgrounds helped us, because my background was this, helping recruiting home-based entrepreneurs, and then teaching them and coaching them all about business development and personal development and what have you. I didn't know about travel, but you didn't need to know too much, because we've all been doing that job all our lives for free. So it's not hard to book a holiday for somebody. So that bit was good. Steve is a very not a one-trick pony. He's master of IT, master of marketing, knows all these things. So as I was building the business, he could put all the infrastructure around and everything. So our skills really complemented each other. There was no, I'm getting in his way, definitely in IT, and him getting in my way, because he was too shy to speak to anybody. So it worked well. And then as we kind of got started, a few factors were the real secret for the success. The first one was the international trips that we take people on. And we're obviously on one now here with the sunshine behind us. So these trips have proven to be the glue that keeps everybody together. Because not only do we bring these mostly first-time entrepreneurs away and teach them stuff, they get to know the real you. So then, have you ever been on, had friends, then you go on holiday with them,
Yeah.
And then you have a different relationship, don't you? It changes things.
It does, yeah. You
Yeah.
just get to know people, trust people at a deeper level, and that's when the real friendship really
and the
solidifies.
and the real person, you get to see what they're really like then. So that's been phenomenal, that bit. And then we've had good people around us as well. You know, the people in our headquarters, there's the admin team, finance team, legal teams, marketing teams, trade teams, just some really, really committed people. The business development managers, they're like the ones who work with the franchisees every day. They're like best mates. Honestly, it's such a nice vibe, a nice culture. And again, that comes back to traveling as well. You get to feel like you can be more friendly. It's not as sticky and formal and, you know, like really corporate, quite the opposite. But that said, look at what we all achieve and everything. We play hard, you know, but we work hard as well. But secrets, I don't know if there's any secrets, Hayley. It's hard work, a little bit of luck, some good decisions, but you know, maybe we're a bit lucky with them as well. But yeah, it's been a massive. We always joke, you know, the horse bolted the first day. You know, we've been running after it ever since. It's just been wild and fun.
It's a great position to be in.
Yeah.
And what are the core brand values of the travel franchise?
Well, the first one is do the right thing, right? You know, we have these guys who invest 15 grand, right? And they buy into us initially, you know, because all they see is the presentation, and that's very much me, you know. So we have the responsibility. They're buying into you. They trust you, right? Then when they join their business, when they've paid this money, all their hopes and dreams are vested here. So again, sometimes it weighs on our shoulders a bit, you know. It's like, oh my God, we've got 80 staff and 600, 700 franchisees, but we just try to do the right thing all of the time, you know. It's like we don't cut corners, we don't do side deals or anything like that. We're just dead straight with people, dead honest. We've looked after so many people, we've helped so many people, hence our attrition rate is really low. Only about 2% of people leave. Everyone else stays with us. They don't go to competitors or anything like that. So all that plays a part. One of our values is fun, you know, because we like to travel and, you know, like, as I said, play hard, work hard. And one of the others is appreciation. We have a big recognition culture in the business, especially for people who only just join. You know, it's like they're not earning 10 grand a month yet or anything like that, but they get this recognition. You see their face glow. You know, it's like their name's in lights and they're buzzing, you know, with their peers and the people they're on training with and everything. So there's an appreciation in that sense. But then the other part of that value is an appreciation in what's done for me, right? So we don't want everyone to say thank you or anything, but Not Just Travel does so much for each individual franchisee, especially in the early years. We do so much marketing. The support and the ops team do all of the grunt work and all the paperwork and the deposit collection, so it all goes on in the background. And people have, when they learn all this, they have this appreciation of, whoa, yeah, this is fantastic. This is a partnership. You're doing all this stuff, so I can go and do my bit, which is talk to people and get them excited.
Mm-hmm. And what I've really noticed that I think is so unusual is the fact that it's very unusual for CEOs to actually go on trips or spend one-to-one time with people, because often they get sort of, you know, distant. But
Yeah.
You and Steve have maintained that access and they actually get to spend one-on-one time with you, which I just don't think happens in many companies.
Yeah, but we don't kind of class ourselves. We are the CEOs, but we don't class ourselves like that. I'm more the home-based entrepreneur. That was my journey. So I relate very much with them and what they've got to do and how they do it. And Steve's not dissimilar. He's not a corporate person in any way, shape or form. We're entrepreneurs at heart. So yeah, we don't have that corporate vibe and corporate culture. But I don't want this to sound conceited, because the business is so successful now. We're doing all right. So you get your buzz from others. Do you know what I mean? You get your buzz from seeing like this woman who put her last 15 grand in and was riddled with doubt of, can I do this and everything. And then you see her 6 months later and she's like glowing and just like walking with her chest out and full of pride and, you know, everything. That's the reward. You know, that's brilliant to see that.
Because it can absolutely change people's lives.
Oh, it is. Yeah, 100% it is. And not just, the thing I like is not, like, I've been in other industries where the top percentage of people succeed, right?
Yes.
And most of the others don't. This is the flip side, right? Most succeed, and there is a few who don't, but obviously that's because of what they put into it and everything. But we haven't got success stories of 5 or 6 people. We've got success stories of 300 or 400. I could pick 300 or 400 names out of a hat and have no problem you interviewing them, because I know what they'd say, and they're just loving it and doing well.
And what's so lovely is once they're on the trips, they're not just hearing it from you, but they're actually meeting the people in the business that they become friends with, that have been able to share their stories of how their lives have changed. And I think that gives them even more confidence, and that it can easily be achieved when you follow all the support and the steps and everything like that.
No, I agree. And what I say when they first join, and I say, this is a business, right? And most people join part-time because they can't just pack their job in. So their role is to do that transition to get to full-time. And if they're good, they'll make a good salary, they'll have a good life and a good lifestyle. You know, working from home, coming on trips like this, sampling the product, discounted travel, all the great bits of the kind of the peaks, the features and benefits and all that stuff, if they get good. But if they get very good, change their life. Absolutely change their life. We've got franchisees making 50, 60, 70 grand a month in commissions.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
And what also I really like is not only does it change their lives, but the impact that will have on their families, on their kids. And it, you know, that kind of ripple effect, which is just amazing. And I also love how some of the most successful franchisees really go out of their way to help and support the newbies. And I think that's lovely. That is that real family feel that you get in this business. And I think that's what people love the most about it. It's so supportive. It's like community, isn't it?
Yeah, and we did that on purpose, you know. At the beginning, it was a little bit like, you know, people were guarded and keeping their secrets kind of close to their chest. But we had to really work on fostering this collaborative spirit, because what they've got to realise is the other franchisees aren't a threat to you. They don't know your contacts. They're not related to your relations. Their social media people aren't on your social media. No one's a threat. So this, you're right, this collaborative spirit was created by design, but it's massive, isn't it? You can see it.
Thanks for your time, Paul. It's been so great to chat and get a deeper insight into the business and where you started. But anyone who might be watching this video right now, perhaps they've been looking into joining, what would you say to them?
Oh, big one again. But a few points, a few little stats, right? 99% of our franchisees have never worked in travel before, never sold a holiday. So anyone looking a bit nervous and everything, don't worry, don't think everyone's a travel agent here. None of them are, right? 70% of them have never worked for themselves before. So they're not like self-employed, entrepreneurial minded people. They've had jobs their whole life, and that's what they want. They want to break that chain. They want to get out of that. I think COVID had a massive impact on that. Changed people's mentality. And what it also changed is people who thought, I can never work from home, I wouldn't be able to work from home. Now it's like, oh, I can and I want to. I need to find something that can help me do that. So that was a big thing. So 70% have never been an entrepreneur before. 70% of people who join are part-time. That's a big one. This is not an all-in, big, massive, risk your whole life proposition. Most people join part-time and have a transitional period to when they can say, right, I can go full-time now and really flourish and really enjoy it. So I love that bit as well. 70% of people, and these are rounded up percentages obviously, 70% of people are couples of some description. So in the room over there where they're doing the coaching and the training now, there's a few husband and wives. There's at least one mum and daughter. There's brothers, there's cousins, you know, sisters and aunties, whatever it be. 70% do it as couples, and I think that's because they have a comfort blanket of, I'm not in it on my own, you know, so there's someone with me and everything. So understand that completely and everything. So basically, our business is for everybody. There's people who do join straight away full time and really hit the ground running and go for it. But you can make of this what you want, and because this is not a business, we're not your boss, there's no sales targets or anything like that, there's no pressure. Do you understand what I mean? It's like you can grow into it. Some people are fast off the blocks. I remember a story of Coleman and Rachel, one of our top franchisees. For the first year, they didn't do much because they joined. Coleman had like was a detective sergeant in West Yorkshire Police, so had like 12, 14 hour a day job. Rachel was in the police as well, but then she got sick with breast cancer. So that first year, they didn't do that much. Now, oh my God, you know, they're doing 100, 200 grand's worth of commission a year, which wasn't their salary in the police, believe me. So they're an example of a slow starter who turned it round, but obviously we've got everything in between as well. Basically, to answer your question, anyone can sell a holiday. You don't need that many people. Say 100 people over time will get you a great income, and you haven't got to go far to find a British person who wants to go on holiday. I want to go on 10 in my one.
Oh, it's brilliant, Paul. Thank you so much. It's been so lovely to chat to you. And from my personal opinion, having been involved in the company for coming up to a year now, I echo everything that you said. I get to firsthand meet, spend trips with the travel consultants. I love hearing about their lives. I love hearing about their success stories. I love hearing about the friendships people have made and their excitement and their passion, and how lucky we are to be at places like this and get to travel, get to earn money, flexibility, freedom, work anywhere in the world. So anyone watching, I really hope you will come and join us, because it's just an absolutely fantastic company to be part of.